When we last left my poor battery, I was standing right here watching it charge. Well, it's now the next day. And no, I haven't been standing here constantly since then. However, it's been on the charger for a little over 24 hours. So it's time to see if we've done anything at all. Is it charged up? Stand by for the exciting answer on the MT and Me. So thanks for joining us again here on the MT and Me. Like I told you in the opening, this puppy's been charging for actually about 26, 27 hours, something like that. It was saying charge maintain, and then I cut it off and cut it back on, and now it's saying it's charging again. So I don't really know what's going on here, but what we're going to do is cut it off, disconnect, and see what kind of voltage we have on this battery. Alright, because let's face it, when it comes to a automotive, or any battery for that matter, it's all about the voltage. A car battery should have 11.5, 11.7, maybe not quite 12 volts. They call it a 12 volt battery. In reality, you're going to be looking under load anyway, about 11.5 volts. It can read anywhere from 11 to 13 or so, just static on the charge. So it's time to see what kind of charge we got here. Alright. Direct current. Proper polarity here. Positive and negative. And look, it says 11.79 volts. 7879. Like I said, that could be a little higher, but you know what? It's also high enough. So I don't have a bad battery after all. Yay! Just had one that had died down completely. Now, the next question is going to be, will it hold that charge? I will keep putting sustaining charges on it, what they call a maintaining charge, to keep it charged up. You do that at least once a week. I may even increase my frequency on that. The thing now is to see what kind of battery power we have as far as running Pearl. Let's hook this negative terminal back up. We tighten that down, and let's see what works or doesn't work. Well, we had headlights, but look, they have faded out. I think it's time to look at voltage again. You can see the numbers going up now, but we're still less than 8.5 volts. There's something somewhere that's pulling down the power on this little jewel. And of course, turning the headlights on, you just amplify that. Let's just turn them on with the meter on and see what happens. As you can see, putting that kind of load on the battery, it's pulling it down rapidly, and there is no voltage there at all. That's 0.6. It's like half a volt. Take the load off. It's starting to come back up. I have the keys. Let's go switch on the accessories and try something else, like maybe turn the radio on. Okay, as soon as I turned it over to accessory, that meter immediately started falling. When I cut it off, it starts going back up. Now, let me note that that is just turning the key to accessory. That's not turning any, I never did like turn the radio on. I'm mentioning the radio specifically because after last week's video, when I told you there was obviously some sort of current drain on the battery that I didn't know about, Reese suggested to me, check the radio. Be sure it's turned off. Remember, this is the old original radio, so the power switch is at the end of the volume knob. You click it to turn it off, then you click it on and turn the volume up. Well, it's kind of possible to turn it down and not turn it off if you're not careful. So I did go in and check that, and incidentally, it was turned off completely. And I think what we're seeing today proves further that there's something else somewhere that is putting a drain on this battery, because the numbers are fluctuating up and down far too much. As you can see, they're going down again now, and there's nothing turned on that I can find. And furthermore, if we disconnect the negative terminal, it starts going right back up. I find this all more than a bit puzzling, and I actually know a little bit about electronics and electricity, so I kind of know the troubleshooting procedure. I just dread it because there's a lot of wiring in this old girl, a lot of places that all it takes is a bare wire, a bad connection, or worse yet, something that has rubbed, a wire that has rubbed itself, rubbed the insulation off because of friction and is going to ground, especially partially or intermittently. It's some of the hardest things to find. But I guess we'll have to be looking for it. In the meantime, all I really know to do here is I'm going to put the charger back on the battery to be sure that it has a full charge on it. I'll just hook it up. Bugs trying to get in my mouth. I'll just hook it up and let it run for the rest of the day, and then we'll check it sometime later and see what happens. I don't know if we'll check it again in this video, because I'm going to be referring to my manuals and electrical schematics to see where I might find most likely a battery drain on this Dodge van's wiring system. I don't think it's going to be anything in the RV section, because that's all pretty well undone right now. The only connection with it is this little item right here. This goes between this battery and the one that you normally would have in the RV. What it does is it protects this battery. It keeps the RV from draining this battery if that battery goes bad. However, it also allows the battery in the RV to jump start this one if the situation should present itself. So yeah, there's a bit of a connection between the two here. But there is no battery in the RV. All that wiring is completely disconnected. Maybe I should check it to be sure there aren't any shorts or something like that, and I will do that. We can also completely disconnect this separator circuit and see if that makes a difference in battery performance and in making this battery hold a charge. There are a lot of possibilities. We're just going to have to kind of tackle them uno by uno. In the meantime, like I said, I'm going to put the charger back on this battery and go think about all this for a while. If you have any suggestions, comments, if you've ever had a similar problem, a mysterious battery drain, doesn't have to be in your RV or your Dodge van. It could be in your Cadillac or your Mercedes or your anything you happen to be driving. Give me some hints. Give me some feedback. Comment below some things that I might look at specifically that could be causing this kind of battery behavior. Because like I said, I understand electric circuits and electronics, but I don't know it all. And I'm not an expert in automotive electronics. And that's a whole different ball game from what I'm accustomed to working with in radio broadcasting. Yeah, same principles apply, but a lot of the details are very different. So, let me know what you think. Please, I need your help. Let's get this charger hooked back up. Okay, it says it's charging. That came on. And then the little light at the bottom that says bad battery came on. And then after a second, that light went off. Loco. Anyway, it says it's charging. I'm going to go inside, recharge the brain a little bit, and see what I can come up with. You, please stay tuned for further developments as they occur here on the MT and Me. Well, there's my big pile of wood that we've been collecting for the past, I don't know, 6 months or so, falling out of grandfather oak and half the other trees. I'm about to get Ree on the telephone, a video call. We're going to go through it and see if we can't find some pieces of wood that she can use on a very special gift.
Hey.
Well, hello. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
It's better out here. Got the sun behind the trees. Now it's only like 94, feels like 99, but I don't have direct sunlight, so it's not nearly as bad. Okay, let me get over here.
Okay, you're moving way too fast for it to focus.
All right. See that?
Okay. I cannot use anything that small.
Okay, it needs to be larger. Good, that's what I needed to know. You see it? Judging by the weight, I would say it is very solid.
Okay.
Possibility?
Alright.
Okay.
Possibility.
Alright.
Just a second of it, not the whole thing, obviously.
Right, yeah. This one is just as solid, not quite as big. It's got a smaller limb branching off of it. It does have, hang on, let me turn it over. Nice little curve to it.
Okay, that curve there's that real possibility.
All right. Right here, turn around.
You're out of frame.
Am I?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. It does say there was another limb here, but it's not there anymore.
Okay, I like that too.
Okay. This has got curves all over it.
I want that hooked in,
Okay.
and I want the center of that big hook on all of that stuff same.
Okay. Straight section right here. 20 inches. So another 20 inches and still be straight. This one's a little bigger. 20 inches. 20 inches.
Cut that off and send it to me.
Okay. You got it. You got it.
Now carry your ass in the house.
All right. And like Reed just told me, I'm going to go inside and try to cool off now. It's probably kind of hard to tell on camera, but for the first time in several weeks, Pearl is wet. So is everything else around here. We have finally gotten some very welcome and much needed rainfall. And now it probably won't stop because we tend to go from, one extreme to the other here, especially in late summer, early fall. We are almost in fall now, aren't we? Wow. Tell you what, summertime's been hot and miserable, but it has gone kind of quickly overall. Anyway, as I wrap things up today on the MT and me, a couple of words of explanation. To those of you who just watched me rummaging through that wood pile and talking to Ree on the telephone, let me assure you there is a method to the madness there, okay? Looking for specific pieces of wood that can be used in sculpting a track. I'll just say that. I don't want to give away too much about this. But it's a project that she has been working on. It's really art when you get right down to it. It's marvelous. So I'm looking forward to it. But those pieces of wood, she's not going to use like the whole piece. She's going to use like 20-inch sections. So I'm going to have to cut pieces up and maybe even split them for her. And get them to her so she can go to work on them. But that's kind of what that was all about. We didn't really explain it thoroughly while we were making the video. I was more concerned with finding film. I was more concerned with finding wood than I was filming. That's what I was trying to say. But nonetheless, glad you got to watch. Okay, I'll keep you updated on the project. Now, the other thing is, it's been a couple of days since we did the battery business that you watched. And I've kept the battery on the charger. I've gotten it charged up to a full 12, actually about 12.6 volts. But it doesn't want to, first time I put any kind of load on it, you know, turn the headlights on, my goodness, they drain it within a minute. It just plummets. So there may still be a battery charge issue. I'm about decided I need to take the battery to someone and have it checked out for sure. So that may be something we do this week. We'll see. But anyway, that's the progress report on that. And with those two notes, I'm going to leave you for this week. Thank you so much for coming along once again here on the MT and Me. Every Sunday morning, we're here with another adventure for you. And man, we could be working on Pearl. We could be working on the Equinox. We could be digging through a pile of sticks. You just never know, do you? See, I have an interesting life. And I love sharing it with you here on the MT and Me. Glad you came along, my nomies. I love you guys. Hey, if you're not a subscriber, do that below. Be sure and give me a thumbs up because that's real important to YouTube and me here on the videos. And check out the mtandme.com. You can also buy me a coffee below too. All right. Thanks again for being here. Look forward to talking with you again in just 1 week. Take care, my nomies. Thanks again. I'm Russ. We will talk later.